do you think that curiosity is a superpower that you have? How often do you think about being curious? How would you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 on how curious you are? I recently watched the 3-part documentary called Inside Bill's Brain, Decoding Bill Gates. I highly recommend it. So fascinating. Of course, Bill Gates is known for Microsoft and all of his success and leadership. This was really about the work that he's been doing with the foundation, with Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. It was also about his childhood and some parts of Microsoft, but a lot about what he's been doing since then. And fascinating. Oh, highly recommend it. And what was so clear and apparent is Bill's addiction to gaining knowledge and learning. One of my favorite parts was he is always carrying around this book bag, and the book bag has 14 books in it. And his assistant is constantly changing them out. So when he goes on planes and, before meetings, etc., he's just constantly reading. He is so curious. He just wants to learn and learn and learn. And someone said in the documentary, no matter what topic, if Bill is in the conversation, he knows more about the topic than anyone else in the circle. I don't know if that's exactly true, but it is inspiring. And also, research has shown that curiosity is associated with higher levels of positive emotions, higher levels of happiness. Curiosity also decreases anxiety and connects to greater psychological well-being. So curiosity and happiness are directly connected. And I want you to think about your curiosity and think about everyone on your team. How curious is everyone being? And is being what I say in my book, Be a Happy Leader, what I call conscious curiosity. You are doing it on purpose. You're intentional. Is this a part of your team meetings, a part of your one-on-ones, a part of the way that you lead, a part of the way that you live? And if you would say, it's not actually that high right now, I hope this video inspires you to change that and to focus on it, okay? I always have approached my career, whether it was my hospitality career or my career being the founder of Arrive at Happy, I have always approached my career the same way that I approached my formal education, and I continuously educate myself. You see everything. You see life in your career like a class, and there are teachers all around you, and you have never made it to the top, okay? If Bill Gates is constantly reading and constantly learning, we should be too. And I want you to encourage your team to live and work this way also, okay? So let me ask you this. Are you driven, are you motivated by money and your next title? Is that your biggest motivation? Or do you have a keen interest, a thirst for knowledge? For me, it's always been the second. Yes, I want to be successful. Yes, I want to do well. Yes, I want to provide for my family and travel and have great experiences, of course. But that interest for knowledge is more, or at least equal. It's right up there. And I truly believe this has helped me be successful in my life, is because I've, like we say, kids are a sponge. I've always been a sponge, and I want you to be the same way too. So here are some strategies, some tips to tap into that superpower of curiosity. And like I say in Be a Happy Leader, be conscious about being curious, okay? So always be taking notes, whether you're taking notes in your phone, whether you're taking notes on your computer, taking notes on a notebook. I have millions of notebooks. Always be taking notes. And when you're doing that and you're learning, change those neural pathways and make it imprint more on your brain. It's going to help your memory and just help with your overall knowledge, okay? Also, ask questions. always, as much as possible. When you're learning something, whether it's from your peer, your boss, a stakeholder, from someone on your team, a book, a TED Talk, a podcast, a conference, always be asking questions. When you hear something, if you don't fully understand it, or if there's something that doesn't quite make sense, it's not clicking, or that doesn't jive with your experience or your knowledge, ask questions. Never ever be afraid to ask questions. As much as you can, ask questions and go deeper with your curiosity. There are many different perspectives. There's 8 billion of us on the globe. So try to learn and be around people with different perspectives. And this is going to increase your happiness and well-being too. Understand what the perspectives and priorities are of different people. Remember, your reality is just that. It's your reality. Your reality comes from your genetics, your life circumstances, your beliefs, your values, your parents, etc., etc., etc. It's not reality. It's just yours. And we forget this at times because our brain, our operating system, we wake up and we just go. But when you take the time to pause and reflect and ask questions and be curious, your reality constantly changes and expands. Remember that nothing in your career fully revolves around you. We are always operating in systems, in groups, in cultures. If you think about your organization, right, it's a whole bunch of people working together. Nothing revolves around you. And when you are curious, consciously curious, and you're connected to that superpower, it will help you to not take things as personally as well. Sometimes there are emotional charges within your organization or emotional charges with customers, etc. And we tend to take things personally. Now, work is personal, but when you can learn to be curious and not just react when something happens, when you're curious and there is a situation, you pause and reflect and then choose how you want to react. And this will really, really serve you. If you haven't grabbed your copy of Be a Happy Leader, get the ebook, the paperback, or the audiobook. You can listen to me tell the whole story, and you will learn my 8 steps to be a happy leader. I hope this video is helpful.